Composite organization. Dallin Clough, Preston Hahn, myself, Evan Lewis, and Alan Morgan.
There are four types of organizational structures: administrative, functional, divisional, and matrix. Within each of these organizational structures, there are multiple levels of it, but that's not too important for this definition. The composite organization structure is basically just a combination of these. It's two or more of the variations of organizational structures. This is great for a company that has multiple teams or multiple projects, and they need to divvy the power up differently depending on what the project demands. So they might want to use some sort of form of the matrix structure in order so that the manager can control all the resources and allocate those as needed, but also have the functional manager share that power and responsibility and divvy up responsibilities within their own groups. Composite organization is unique in that it allows companies to pick and choose the rules that they want for their projects. So instead of being tied down to one specific rule, like in a matrix structure or within a functional structure, they're allowed to pick multiple structures and use the rules from all of them. So they can pick rules from matrix and functional if it suits the project well. It's really up to the company to decide what project would be benefit from each of these rules. And this allows projects to be more efficient and allows developers to be more efficient, as some projects may be benefited from this type of composite organization instead of being restricted to just a strict rule set.
So composite organization actually has many similarities between the other organizational types, because by definition, composite organization means that it is just a combination between the other organizational types. An example of this is, let's say a large company with many teams has one team that is functional and another team that operates under the matrix organizational type. In this specific case, the company has similarities between both functional and matrix. So therefore, composite organization is very similar between the other organizational types. As far as components go for composite organization, there are no clear-cut answers to this question, because composite organization is tailored to the specific needs of your company. A company with at least two teams that operate under different organizational types and a method of clear communication between those teams already has the baseline of what a composite organization would need.
With a composite organization, there is only one company that takes on this organization, and it can take up multiple projects at once. So there isn't just one type of organization that this company does. It's a composite, or as the definition is, there are 4 different types, and within those 4 different types, the company can use whatever type that works for them at that time. If a matrix organization works for them at that time, or for that particular group that it's in, then that would be best for that group. And that's why there are multiple project managers as well, is because there are different organizations within this company, and each project that's going on needs a different manager to know how to work with that organization. So they're actually organization managers in a sense, because they are functional managers and matrix managers and administrative managers. And there's got to be a varying hierarchy within the company. Similar to the criteria is the requirements for this type of organizational management or composite, is that it's just not one single group. It cannot be a single group, meaning that it can't just be a software engineer group and that's the company. There cannot be a composite organization within that small of a group. there needs to be multiple groups, and this has to this usually works for bigger companies. As a company grows, they tend to have more projects going on, and so they need different types of organizations going on at once. And so with that, there is not just one type of organizational manager. As was said in criteria, there are functional managers and administrative managers that are over other managers, program managers. And so there's not just one type of organizational manager within the composite organization.
Another option for organization is sort of done in a way of blending the other types of organization together to create what we would call composite organization. Now, what exactly can this be used for, you might be thinking? Well, there are many reasons and uses for composite organization. For example, one of its uses are to allow for a more efficient system for reporting and monitoring the team and the project. And a big growing use for composite organization is to increase data security and to allow better quality assurance. There's a lot of benefits that can come from this. Also, what's interesting about this approach is that there are many different paths of responsibility and reporting that the team can use. And this is one of the ways it's different, and it definitely benefits the team to use it in this way. Yet another use for this organizational method is to have better financial controls. The system allows for low-level financial information to be available directly using a functional path. There are also these are just a few of many uses for composite organization.
Examples. So in my research of examples of composite organization, I looked on the web and I couldn't find very many examples. But I did find in the book, A Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge, this example here of the hierarchy and just setup of a company that uses composite organization. You have the chief executive at the top with functional managers, project managers with project managers under this person, and all the staff under the functional managers. And you have 2 projects going on, at least, here you can see, and you have staff with different teams working on the same project. And I was thinking about it in CyberScout, which is the company that I work for. I was talking to a coworker, and we came to the conclusion that companies that we work for is probably a composite organization, because there are different teams within IT that we're in, and we have the software engineers, the IT people, the QA team, and you have the security team. And at different times there are so many projects going on that we just grab people from different teams and we come together and we work on a project. And that's basically what a composite organization does. It just takes different people from different teams that have different skill sets and puts them together to get things done. And it uses all the 4 different types of organizations.